Hi everybody. I've been working on my son's house for the past 7 days, and I have been trying to post this, but then I have trouble with the sound. Anyway, I've been dreading this part. Is I need to get all this done so I can get the motor in, not flip the car over, that kind of thing, because I don't want to ruin anything. My first problem is the dipstick. That's what I'm putting in now. You might have noticed, but I made this and I just needed on a video or two. I think number one I made it, and it's just been sitting there, and I'm like, you're gonna forget that. Yeah, why not? Anyway, is the rims are very deep dished, and I stupidly put the brake drum backing in there so it would line up, thinking, hey, I'm smart, not realizing I needed a disc brake in there. But I want disc brakes. And the other problem is I wanted to make 4-to-1 headers, but I don't know about room. There's not a lot of room in this car without cutting a lot of stuff. Like, I really don't want to get into that right now. So I'm not sure, but I'm going ahead and painting these exhaust manifolds. One was black green, or black brown, and red brown, or red, black red, I don't know, hall red, sorry. Anyway, so I've been constipating this for a while, this problem, and I came up with, I'll just do a half a brake, like it's at the edge of the rim type thing, with the caliper that would overhang like it would normally. Is this cool in real life? Probably not, but I don't know, because I just didn't want to use drum brakes, because the car looks modernized, and why wouldn't you put normal brakes on it, or discs on it all the way around? Here I'm just blending in some of the colors, waiting for that to dry. That's a disc brake I made for just as a tutorial. You can find that in my, if you look in my where it says videos, you'll see one in there, and it shows you how I made it. And I actually copied a C7R Corvette from Pratt & Miller Racing. Anyway, here I'm cutting, I'm using a very sharpened dividers to score through the plastic to make the discs. Now usually I'd have to make 4 and then put fins, or the slots in them, which is not hard, but then I'm adding too much thickness. I just don't have the room with the way the front end is, so, and the rim is. Ugh. What a thing to find out halfway through a build, or more than halfway through. Anyway, I just want to get this all together so I can get the motor wired up, get the motor in, get it wired up, get the plumbing in, get everything done I need in there, the firewall, everything. And it's just, I've been putting this off because I just wasn't sure what to do, but I finally figured out, committed myself. The exhaust manifolds, I still might try to make 4-to-1s, equal length headers, not a megaphone where they're all the same, or they get shorter. That's a megaphone. You want all pipes about the same length. Hey, have you guys ever heard of 8-into-1? I've watched a guy on YouTube that makes them, and he had a big black Chevrolet with it sounded like a freaking Ferrari. It didn't sound like and what it is they cross over the 2 cylinders on left and right side, the 2 center cylinders, over to the next one, and over to the other bank, so the pipes cross over to the other header on the other side, and it makes the sound equal out, and I guess it improves performance quite a bit, but they're rather a pain in the butt with like driving over speed bumps. But anyway, I just thought that was interesting. I've been watching shows on it just to kind of not be stupid about it. So anyway, I'm doing the caliper framework on the disc right now instead of making it then slipping it over. I'm actually, the little round things are the pistons, part of the housing. Then you see the piston bulges in the back. Some cars have two, like small cars and trucks, and heavier vehicles or faster vehicles would have two of them. You might even have three. I don't know. But anyway, now I got to make with my my crimpers here. Instead of soaking it in hot water like I should have, I got lazy because I didn't want to boil some water and throw it in there all curled up tight. That's what I did with my rims. But anyway, I just knew I didn't need a very sharp bend, so here I am cutting them at somewhat equal lengths. Right. And they're way too wide. So I'm cutting them down. I have to trim them again. That's all I did with these things, is trim them. Right now I'm trimming the pistons, the tops, because that lays over the top a little bit. And with the wire bending tool, that's what that pliers is. It made little like cooling fins on the top, and I was like, huh, who knew? So anyway, we'll see how this looks. I don't got them on the car yet, but just watch what's going on here if you want. I don't know why the camera didn't come and focus. It's a phone. No, that one is. And they're still too tall. Now I'm taking, and I'm back to the manifolds again. And right now I grab some pastels, rust color, dark rust, old rust, not the one that's more of a black rust. I'm just hitting it on there. I didn't really want to paint it on there too badly. Then when that dries, I spray a sealing coat of Tester's Dull Coat on it, and then I progress more with a little more weathering. Otherwise you'd rub it off, or you'd rub it in more. I liked what I seen, so I just left it there. Now I'm trimming, I call them the Cobra hood, as it sort of reminds me of the top of the disc brake, where it straddles between left and right side brake, or left and right side of the rotor. And that, of course, only have half of it. The other half is, you got to pretend that it's there. Right now I'm hitting them with Payne's gray, or neutral gray, and AP Racing, that's what Corvette used, their brakes. They were gray, and they say AP, but it says it on the front, but you wouldn't be able to see it. Yeah, I got a decal for that. Yep. I'm hitting it with some watered down Black India ink with some acrylic burnt umber mixed with it to give it a dirty brown look. Right now I'm rubbing that chalk on the surface of it to give it some, bring out the numbers. Like one part it says GM on that one that was laying down there. You actually had it in there, so I thought that was pretty cool. Now I'm going to take a little bit of graphite from a number 2 pencil that I'm metallizing it. That's that shiny look to it. Now I'm putting some of my weathering junk on there that I make. I'll just keep going over it, trying to get any pools off it as needed. I didn't seal these here because I didn't need it to. I'm just kind of like daubing it off. Right now they look like washers. I'm like, hey, maybe I should have done that. Who knows? That's an idea. I used the blending stub to get it in the very corners there, because I wasn't thinking until I got done. I forgot the brake pads. Now I'm making brake pads. So there we go. We're making brake pads. And I went with the Corvette C2 again. In photos, I've seen that their brake pads are blue. Man, that matches the color of the car. Going to do it. They're a light blue. You know, my car is more of a bluish with a tint of green. That's what I see. I don't know what you guys see. It was hard to get the color to even close. I guess it's more blue. Anyway, I had no trouble making these, and I trimmed them down more until the very last one. I had to make 2 of them, and the second one gave me fits too. I don't know why, just couldn't get it to do it. So they're just going to slip right under, so it looks like it's under the caliper. There we go. Just about. There we go. Never fails. Always end up having to make more. There's number 2. Okay. I'm trying to not get on the sticky tape there, because that's where I'm going to put them to paint them. Notice they're not all the same length. I got front, F, and rear. These the front ones, you're not going to be able to see them. The rear ones, I'm using super glue to hold it down. The rear ones are going to be set up like the C7R, which is on the lower front of the rear, the lower end of, towards the driver's side more, not towards the back or up towards the top. It's laying down. I think that's for the forces, so it doesn't make the car squat, because if you have it towards the back, it'll lift when you put on the brake, causing nose to dive. And there must have been something that it needed. Right there, I just was touching up some spots I rubbed off with my stupid hand. I'm going to metallize the the calipers. And that's a piece of paper I got this stuck to. I'm like, why haven't I never done that before? What kind of idiot are you? Now I'm taking some India ink with a quill pen. I'm just laying in a shadow, take some water, and just keep wiping it off with my hand on my brush. And the first one I got too much on, so big deal. Just to give my slightly dirty appearance. Oh, remember I had trouble with the milliput not hardening. Those 2 front tires are the ones I was having trouble with. That's what's there. And they didn't split, but they pulled apart in back. Thank God they didn't do it in the front. I'd have been upset. The other 2 tires are alright. So I could fill them in, but I probably might have to. Because that one looks pretty bad. Anyway, I found out that there's a nub sticking out that if I grind that off, it'll fit right. So that's what I'm doing. Alright, that's the end of this video, guys. Hope you like it. Like, please. It doesn't hurt you to like something. And thanks for watching. Bye.